Hi guys, I'm and Susan here again from Vloggers on the Loose. Today we're going to do another interesting video on social housing. The government's invested 105 million Australian dollars to buy a block of what used to be a fairly flash hotel. It's called Fraser Suites, and we're going to take you there. This equates to about they've invested about 440,000 Australian dollars per unit, roughly. So we're going to take you to these Fraser Suites over here on Adelaide Terrace in the city on a very wet day here in Perth, and my shoes are saturated, and we're going to show you what the government has bought or has got for 105 million Australian dollars to house social housing tenants. Hopefully these people behave themselves when they move in. And it actually works out okay for everyone involved, because a few of the residents around here are concerned about traffic problems and unsocial behaviour. So we'll see how it all pans out. It is in East Perth, and there is a lot of public transport around, and it's close to shops, so that's probably why the government done this. So they paid 105 million for the Fraser Suites building in East Perth to use as social housing. This amount also included the furniture, so they got the furniture with it. But before anyone can move in, there needs to be some refurbishment done. So it'll probably be an additional cost on top of that, I would say. The way I arrived at roughly 445,000 Australian dollars per unit was because there's 236 units in that complex. So I just divided that into 105 million, and that's how I roughly came out with it. These apartments will mean another 236 units are added to the social and affordable housing pool for a fraction of the cost and in a much shorter time than if the government had to build something from scratch. That is correct, because over here at the moment it's taken a long time to build a house, guys, a long time. The public housing wait list was 22,315 applications applications long at the end of May, with many representing multiple people, so families are waiting. Of course, of those, 7,291 urgently need a home. Just dodging traffic here in the city, guys. Of those, 7,291 urgently need a home. The reasons that people urgently need a home might be because they are escaping family and domestic violence, they're homeless, they need a home to reunite with a child taken into state care, or they are severely ill. So, guys, so that there's the Fraser Suites over there that the state government is converting into social housing. That's it there. What do you think? It's got balconies on the corner ones, and I can see balconies on the back there. I can't see anything over here right in front, but I'm not sure. It doesn't even look like those windows can open. So it'll be interesting to see what the state government actually does. I'll just give you a bit more information here, not on Fraser Suites, but on what the government's actually up to. The government needs to find a way to house those people without blowing its own budget or building so many homes it crowds out the private sector. So they're chucking them all in flats. Have a look at that. What do you guys think anyway? All the social housing going in here, amongst or near to the right on the business the main business street in Perth, which is St George's Terrace, but Adelaide Terrace joins St George's Terrace, so it's one road virtually. The Swan River is just over there, by the way. So these guys will get a fantastic view of the Swan River if you live high and up in those Fraser Suites. Those Fraser Suites, by the way, when they were a flash hotel in its day, they were commanding over $300 a night to stay there. So not helping the situation in East Perth was that news of the government's plans had taken neighbours by surprise. While the neighbours have said they don't have an issue with social housing, they are concerned with the antisocial behaviours and other criminal activities that are the byproduct of social housing. So in other words, they do have an issue with it. And I would too if I lived here and I invested a lot of money in a unit in the city, which the government was asking people a few years ago, please move into the city, make the city vibrant. And now they're making it, they certainly are going to make it vibrant with all the social housing here in the city or in East Perth. And let's see how it all pans out, guys. Leave some comments for us. I'll just continue with this report. No doubt reports of violence and other problems in social housing complexes, like in our old favourite Inglewood. There it goes. Inglewood makes a comeback. Would have been fresh in the minds despite them only representing a small fraction of the social housing tenants. And there are only a handful that cause issues in these complexes, and it wouldn't surprise me if it's only going to be a handful that cause issues in that Fraser Suites. But the problem is it will happen. Okay guys, just and there's a view there of Fraser Suites over there. That's it over there in all its glory. So the housing minister here in Perth, Western Australia, has said the complex would mostly be affordable rentals for retail workers, hospitality workers, aged care assistants, that kind of mix, with a small number of social housing tenants. Hopefully he keeps his word on that one. The minister also made a point East Perth needed to lift its weight when it came to social housing, having only 3.2% compared to 11% in nearby Highgate. Didn't know Highgate had such a lot of social housing, 11%. So that's what the Minister of Housing has said. What do you guys think of this social housing in quite a nice complex there, guys? Quite a nice looking complex. The old Fraser Suites. Leave some comments for us. Well, we'll wrap it up over here in front of this half-dead tree. Well, it's not really, it's winter and all the leaves have fallen off it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video on the social housing here in East Perth. Leave some comments for us, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and we'll see you in the next one.